Mark Aurelius once said that the soul is colored in the color of its thoughts. Every idea, every spark of curiosity forms who you become. Imagine a version of yourself that is even sharper, more penetrating and overflowing with newly acquired wisdom. This is not a distant dream, but a tangible reality. And in this video you will learn 10 powerful standing techniques to increase your intellect. Take advantage of this opportunity to explore every aspect of your mind and its limitless potential. If you are passionate about personal growth, take a minute to click on the notification bell and subscribe. Let our journey to a wiser version of you begin. Method number 1. Taking changes as a teacher. Constant changes, times of the year are changing, technologies are developing, and even our favorite snacks can get a new recipe. While many of us resist change, fearing the unknown or the loss of the familiar, Stoics considered changes as a natural part of life and a deep teacher. Think about it. Didn't it accompany changes every time you grew up? Whether it was moving to a new city, starting a new job, or even reading a book that changes your perspective, changes push us out of our comfort zone and force us to adapt. It is this adaptation, learning to prosper in the conditions of change, that hones our intellect and resilience. Mark Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, once thought, "Loss is nothing but change, and change is the pleasure of nature." Such a perspective is both refreshing and inspiring. Instead of perceiving changes as loss, we can see in them the opportunity, the chance to learn something, adapt and grow. Now, the acceptance of changes does not mean that we must recklessly chase every new trend or constantly turn our lives upside down. Instead, it is about the development of flexible thinking. It is about understanding that changes, big or small, are an opportunity to learn something. When we approach changes with curiosity, not with fear, we not only gracefully overcome ups and downs in life, but also constantly expand our knowledge and understanding. The next time you come across changes, whether it is a new software provision at work or a detour home, take a deep breath and accept it. Remember, every change is an hour-long lesson, and with each lesson, our intellect grows. Method 2. Accepting discomfort for growth. When we think of comfort, we often imagine a cozy bed, a favorite TV show, or perhaps a mug of hot cocoa or a cold day. But what if I tell you that the way to true intellect and wisdom often lies beyond this comfort zone? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has withstood the test of time, teaches us that the acceptance of discomfort can be a powerful tool for personal growth. Imagine that you are faced with a difficult task, for example, learning a new language or mastering a musical instrument. It is tempting to give up when it becomes difficult, or even avoid such tasks. But the Stoics believed that it was these moments of discomfort that offered the best opportunities for growth. Overcoming anxiety and struggle, we not only acquire new skills, but also develop resilience and psychological endurance, which can serve us in all spheres of life. Mark Aurelius once said, "Obstacles are the way." This means that the challenges and obstacles we face are not barriers on our path to growth, but rather the way itself. By rethinking our approach and perceiving discomfort as an opportunity, not an obstacle, we can use its power to move forward. Remember the Stoic wisdom the next time you face a difficult task or uncomfortable situation. Accept discomfort and know that with every overcome obstacle, you not only become smarter, but also create a stronger and more resilient version of yourself. Methodology number 3, the practice of intentional removal. We often hear about the importance of involvement in work, study, relationships. But what about the opposite? The Stoics recognize the great value of intentional removal, conscious departure from habitual routines and habits, to refresh our perspective and rejuvenate our mind. Imagine an artist who worked on a painting for several hours. Sometimes the best thing he can do is to see the true essence of the canvas, step back, take a break and return with a new look. In this way, Our mind periodically needs to be removed in order to then approach the tasks with renewed energy and clarity. Mark Averley noted in his introspective notes, people are looking for a shelter for themselves, a house outside the city, seashores and mountains, and you are also very inclined to wish for such things. But this is, in general, a sign of the most immoral people, for you have the power to move away when you wish for it. This Stoic wisdom emphasizes that a true shelter is not a physical distance, but a space inside us, away from the constant pressure of external requirements. In our era of constant social contacts, the idea of removal may seem strange, and yet it is more important than ever. This does not mean giving up our duties or avoiding obligations. Instead, we are talking about a conscious allocation of time, whether it is a few minutes or a few days, to turn off, think, and just be. It can be as simple as a walk without a phone, an exercise for a deep breath, or devoting one day to activities without gadgets. By practicing intentional removal, we give our mind the space necessary for processing information, training and growth. This is the counterbalance of the constant involvement of modern life. And in this balance, we find a way to a greater intellect and a deeper understanding. So, while you are coping with the tasks of today, remember about the power of a stop for at least a minute to regain clarity and purposefulness. Method number 4, support of continuous education. The end of formal education, whether it is a school or a university, does not mean the end of education. If anything, this is just the beginning. Stoics believed that every day opens up new opportunities for education, growth and improvement of our understanding of the world. This is a concept of education throughout life, not about collecting diplomas and certificates. It is about raising a sincere curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, which will last for a lifetime. Remember the amazement of a child when he or she encounters something new. Their eyes shine, questions pile up, and the imagination accelerates. When we grow up, it is easy to lose this feeling of surprise among the duties and routines of everyday life. But what if we could ignite that spark again? What if we approached every day with the same desire to learn and comprehend? Epictetus stated in his profound simplicity that only educated people are free. In fact, it is not only about formal education, it is about freedom that comes with understanding, with expanding horizons and the continuous aspiration for knowledge. When we devote ourselves to education throughout life, we arm ourselves with tools to cope with the complexities of life in our digital age. The resources for education are at a distance of one click. From online courses to podcasts, from documentary films to interactive applications, the opportunities to expand your knowledge are endless. But education throughout life is not just consuming content. It is reflection, application, and exchange of knowledge. It is weaving what we learn into the canvas of our lives, making us richer in thought and deeper in understanding. Moving forward, remember that every day is a class, every interaction is a lesson, and every challenge is an opportunity to learn something. Take a journey of learning throughout life and observe how your intellect, wisdom, and understanding rise to new heights. Method 5. Gratitude as a way to wisdom. At first glance, it seems that gratitude is an emotion, a fleeting feeling that we experience when someone does a good deed for us. But the Stoics saw gratitude in a different light. For them, gratitude is not just an emotion. It is a practice, a lens through which we can look at the world, and thus deepen our understanding and intellect. Gratitude encourages us to see the value of every moment, every interaction, and every trial. Being grateful, we are more receptive to the lessons of life. Instead of counting on what we lack, we value what we have, and in this assessment we find clarity, perspective, and a deeper understanding of the subtleties of life. Mark Aurelius wrote at the time of reflection, "When you wake up in the morning, think about what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." It is not just a call to be grateful for a new day, It is an invitation to approach every day with surprise, curiosity, and gratitude. By doing so, we open up to the countless lessons and enlightenment that every moment brings. In our rapid world, it is easy to get carried away, to focus on what will be next and to miss the present. But by cultivating the practice of gratitude, we bind ourselves to here and now. We become more observant, reflective, and open to the wisdom that surrounds us. Be it the joy of child's laughter, the lesson of a failed project, or the beauty of the sunset, gratitude strengthens our ability to see, learn, and grow. So, following the life path, remember to stop and say thank you. Not only in special cases or moments of success, but every day in big and small. For in gratitude we gain not only joy, but also a path to greater intellect, understanding, and wisdom. Method 6. The power of conscious observation. Have you ever stopped to observe a leaf in the wind, or studied intricate patterns of inia on the window glass? While these moments may seem simple or even ordinary, they hold a secret that the standing people understood deep in their souls: the power of conscious observation. Conscious observation is really to see the world around us, and not just to look at it. It is immersion in the present moment, noticing the details and amazement of the beauty and complexity of life. When we observe consciously, we are not just passive spectators, we are active participants of the world, absorbing knowledge and enlightenment from our environment. Seneca, who led the light of Stoicism, once thought, "Time reveals the truth." This thought can be applied to our practice of conscious observation. By devoting time to truly observe, we reveal the truths about the world, about others, and about ourselves. We begin to see patterns, draw parallels, and develop a deeper understanding of the subtleties of life. Today, when screens and distracting factors fight for our attention at every step, finding a moment to just observe may seem inappropriate. But it is in these quiet moments of observation that our mind can expand and our intellect can blossom. Whether it is observing the rhythmic tidal waves on the beach, studying the boiling life of the urban area, or even just noticing how the light shines through the leaves of a tree, a whole world of knowledge is waiting for us to discover. Dedicate a few minutes to conscious observation every day. Move your distractions away, calm your mind, and truly see the world around you. By doing so, you will find beauty in everyday life, as well as grow your intellect in unexpected ways. Method 7. Art of active listening. We have all gone through this. We sit in front of someone, nodding our heads, but our thoughts are 1,000 kilometers away. Maybe we are thinking about a list of things to do, about a new TV series, or about what we are going to eat for dinner. But there is a secret that the pillars knew well. True intellect is not only speaking, but also listening, and not just hearing words, but truly understanding their meaning. Active listening is more than just silence while someone else is speaking. It is being here and now, paying the interlocutor full attention and striving to fully understand his point of view. It is asking questions, showing empathy, and restraining oneself from hasty conclusions or formulating answers. When we actively listen, we are not just polite, we absorb knowledge, understand different views, and expand our horizons. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once noted that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This is not just a clever remark, but a deep insight into human nature. By truly listening, we open up to a huge world of knowledge and experience, which can enrich our mind and soul. Modern society often values quick answers and clever replies, but there is a great power hidden in pause, listening, and reflection. By practicing active listening, we not only improve our relations, but also our intellect. We become more informed, empathetic, and connected with the world around us. So, next time, when you are in a conversation, give yourself a challenge. Listen for real. You can be surprised by what you learn. Method number 8. The search for silence among the noise. Our environment is often filled with cacophony of sounds, notifications, and distracting factors. It is extremely rare to find a moment of true silence. However, the Stoics believed that such moments, when we disconnect from the external noise and connect with our inner self, are necessary for deep reflection and growth. Silence is not just the absence of noise. It is a space where our thoughts can breathe. It is a refuge where we can face our feelings. It is a place where we can reflect on our actions and plan our next steps. By regularly searching for these islands of silence, we give our mind the space it needs to expand critical thinking and intellectual development. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, once noted that we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. This observation reminds us that many of our anxieties and fears are self-created by increasing the constant noise around us. By retreating and immersing ourselves in silence, we can distinguish true concerns and imaginary anxieties, which will allow us to decide first and let go of the second. For many, the idea of searching for silence may seem frightening. In the end, our modern life is built around connection and constant involvement. But we are not talking about escaping from the world. We are talking about finding a balance. Even a few minutes of silence every day, perhaps during a morning walk or before going to bed, can make a significant difference. Over time, this practice not only sharpens our intellect, but also brings clarity, peace, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So, in the midst of the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it is important to stop, breathe in, and accept the transforming power of silence. Method number 9. The value of diverse interactions. One of the most enriching experiences in life is communicating with different people. From different environments, cultures, and lifestyles, each person brings a universe of experiences and knowledge. Now, this does not mean that you should stop talking to everyone you meet, but we are talking about openness and curiosity. We are talking about understanding that each person, regardless of status and origin, has something valuable to pass on. In a world where it is so easy to stay in the comfort zone and in the echo chambers, going beyond the boundaries and searching for diverse interactions can become a powerful tool for growth. So, look for opportunities to communicate with different people while you live your day. Listen to their stories, ask questions, and share your own experience. Thanks to these interactions, you will not only enrich your understanding of the world, but also see how your intellect flourishes in completely unexpected ways. Method number 10. Raising curiosity instead of condemnation. We live in the age of instantaneous judgments. With one finger movement, we decide what we like and what we do not like, who to read and who to ignore. But what if, instead of hasty assessments, we stopped and chose curiosity? Stoicism teaches us that raising curiosity can be a deep way to expand our intellect and understanding of the world around us. Curiosity is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. When we approach situations, people, or ideas with an open mind, we give ourselves the opportunity to learn and grow. Instead of rejecting something because it is unfamiliar or does not look like it, we ask questions. We strive to understand. This not only expands our horizons, but also deepens empathy and compassion. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely noted, it is impossible for a person to start learning what he, as it seems to him, already knows. This quote serves as a powerful reminder that when it seems to us that we have all the answers, we close ourselves from the vast knowledge that the world offers. By accepting the thought of curiosity, we recognize that there is still a lot to learn, and thus we become disciples throughout our lives. We live in an increasingly distracting and noisy world. It is easy to get carried away by the hustle and bustle of life and forget to stop, look around, and really listen. But by choosing curiosity instead of condemnation, we can break this circle. We can interact more deeply with the world around us, learn from different views and, in the process, improve our intellect in ways that we have never dreamed of. So, the next time you come across something unfamiliar or difficult, take a deep breath, open your mind, and let your curiosity show you the way. Which of these Stoic techniques resonated with you the most? Let's discuss in the comments. The wisdom of the Stoics reminds us that understanding is a continuous journey. Today's enlightenment is just a step on our common path of growth. If you appreciate this aspiration for knowledge, please subscribe and like this video. Let's continue to learn and develop together. The Stoics in their wisdom realized that our intellect is formed not only by books and isolated reflections, but also by the mosaic of people we interact with. Think about it. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn something. Whether it is a conversation with a barista about their hometown, a deep discussion with a colleague from another department, or a frank conversation with a grandmother about her youth, every interaction offers a fresh look, a new piece of the puzzle of life. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once noted, "Communicate with those who are able to improve you." Although this advice is golden, it is also worth noting that improvement comes not only from experts or mentors. Sometimes the deepest insights come from the most unexpected sources. Being open to various interactions, we expose ourselves to a wider range of ideas, stories, and experiences.